The Paris 2024 Olympics are going on right now, and I thought this would be the perfect opportunity for us to have our own personal finance Olympics. The best part about personal finance Olympics is everybody has the opportunity to get gold. I'm going to take this warm-up lap and I'm going to talk you through how we each have our own opportunity to medal. Let's go. Turns out I don't have the ability to narrate and run at the same time, so you're just gonna have to deal with me narrating from the stands. The basics of personal finance is earning more money than we spend. That's the bare minimum that we need to know in order to mastering the basics of personal finance. There are 4 numbers that we're gonna need to know. Number 1, how much do we earn? That's gonna be our starting point for everything that comes next as far as personal finance go. If you don't know how much money you earn, you have no idea exactly how much money that you have available to spend, save, or invest. Figuring out how much money that we earn is easy. Go look at your tax returns over the last year, or you can just dive into your checking account and see how much money your job pays you every paycheck and add them up. The second number is going to be how much do we spend? 83% of Americans don't have a good grasp on how much money they spend every single year. It's important to know these things because if you don't know how much you spend, you can easily end up outspending how much you earn. Without knowing how much money you spend every single year, you'll have a very hard time allocating money to the things that you find important in your life, and you could end up in long-term debt. That brings me to my third point. How much debt do you have? For some people, having debt is scary. Honestly, it's just a number that shows how much money that you still owe somebody else. Debt can drag down your long-term financial goals if it's not addressed. So I highly recommend that you find all the debt that you have, add it up, and just see where you're at. It's good to know the number. When we know the number, we can start making a plan for the number. Our final number that we need to know is our credit score. As you may know, the higher your credit score is, the more advantages you have when it comes to paying lower interest on a home or auto loan. So having a great credit score gets you access to saving a lot of money down the line. If you know your numbers, which include how much you earn, how much you save, how much you spend, and your credit score, congratulations. You've done enough to earn the bronze medal of personal finance. Now we're gonna move on to silver. Earning the silver medal of personal finance is all about planning ahead and getting ahead of expenses so we can focus on what truly matters in life. In this step, we'll move on from the day-to-day of personal finance and figure out what we want to do for the long term, and then use the money to get there. Assuming that we've set up our personal finances in the last step to where we earn more than what we pay, paying bills really shouldn't be that big of a deal. In fact, we should really just put them on auto pay because we know we're going to have enough money to pay those bills consistently every single month. There's no need on wasting time and brain power on doing so. Let's focus on bigger things. If you haven't already, I recommend that you have 1.5 months worth of spending in your checking account at all times just to make sure that there are no overdraft fees that you'll ever have to worry about. Next, we're going to prepare for big spending by saving. Everybody needs at least 2 savings accounts. The first one's going to be your emergency fund. This is, like the name says, in case of emergencies. Your second savings account is to fund your long-term goal. I recommend that you save 10 to 20% of your income into your emergency fund until you have 6 months to a year's worth of emergency expenses. I'm a little bit more conservative myself. I'd rather have a year than 6 months. It took me years and years of saving to get there, but in the end, to me, it's worth it. Like I said, the second account is for our goals. It costs Simone Biles $15,000 a year to train to be an Olympian. That's $1,250 a month. Your goals don't have to be that big, so you probably won't have to save that much money every single month. But let's say you want to take a family vacation, which costs $2,000 every single year. That's going to be a savings of $166 every single month. That's really doable once you break it down. In addition to saving, we have to be investing at this step as well. Investing our money is going to be the easiest way that we can make it grow, especially if we work a 9-to-5 job. If your workplace has a 401k match, definitely take advantage of that. It's free money. And try to invest at least 10% through your job. If your work doesn't have a 401k, open up your own Roth IRA. It's a great way to take some of your after-tax money and invest it so you can save money, so you can have something to live off of when it's time to retire. Ideally, we want to take advantage of all our tax advantage accounts, which includes our 401k, our Roth IRA, and our work company's HSA if they have one available to you. Lastly, to earn the silver medal of personal finance, we have to cut unnecessary spending. This part of the video is not sponsored by that service that gets rid of your unused subscriptions, but you get the idea. You're going to want to find everything in your budget that you pay for on a consistent basis that either doesn't add value to your life or that you don't use at all and eliminate it. That's free money that you're just giving away to other corporations. Let's use that money intentionally so we can make our lives better. That's going to take us to our final medal. It's time to go for gold. A gold medalist goes beyond the day-to-day of personal finance and has a clear vision of their financial future that they want for themselves. In order to earn the gold medal of personal finance, you're going to want to know how long until you reach certain milestones when it comes to debt payoff and investing. As of the recording of this video, I will be mortgage free in 11 years and 1 month, and I will cross the $1 million mark with my investments in my mid-50s. In the time between now and reaching your long-term goals, you're going to want to know what your life looks like day to day. My wife is going back to school to find a more fulfilling career that pays more. I'm forever going to be learning new skills that I can use to turn into money, and hopefully showing them to you on here. I honestly can't afford to get a new iPhone every single year that's 1% better than the last phone. But I'd be crazy if I wasn't spending my time and money getting 1% better at what I do every day for my business. My house is kind of small and can honestly benefit from the love of a landscaper, but it's not something that I prioritize right now because I want to see the world. I want to travel. That's where I want to spend the majority of my money, not having the most beautiful house. I'll accept having a more modest existence in one part of my life if I get to live big in another. If you know your numbers and have a concrete vision of at least what the next year is going to look like for you, congratulations, you've earned the gold medal. Now it's my turn to go for gold. I'm going to run a 100-meter sprint for the first time in years. Let's see how my time compares to an Olympic athlete's. I gassed out at about 70 meters. I don't think my performance today has earned me a gold medal on anyone's track, but are you on track to hit your personal finance goals? I want to see your medals in the comments. Leave a comment with the bronze, silver, or gold medal emoji to represent where you are in your personal finance journey. Just because this video has come to an end doesn't mean your personal finance Olympics has to. There's still time to medal up. Click this video right here to learn the basics of personal finance, so you can use money to create the life that you want to live.